what did you think of the movie? The movie is not doing all that well, but I mean, I think we all expected that.
Yeah, it's definitely not doing well domestically. I think it's made for the vast majority of its money overseas, which is not unheard of. I mean, look at movies like the Transformers movies; they make an ungodly amount overseas.
China,
an unnecessary amount of money overseas.
True.
Yeah,
so much so that what's the guy's name? The director?
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay has said that he has 14 scripts already set aside.
No, we don't.
He wants that paper.
No, we do not need this in our lives.
14 more Transformer movies.
He's gonna make so much money.
Holy
he's not rich. He's not rich enough yet.
Please, dear God, no. Let it stop.
Yeah, but Ghost in the Shell was, I think. So if I were to like put it on just an arbitrary scale of like horrible to the best thing ever, I would say it's a solid. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a solid, not the worst movie I've ever seen.
No, you know what? I will say the best Hollywood adaptation of an anime ever. Like,
yeah, that's probably
there
true.
is no other Hollywood anime live action adaptation that comes close.
I mean, that's a real low bar.
I know.
Though,
I know.
Yes, it is. Thank you for that.
You could throw that on the Blu-ray box and be like, the best Hollywood live action adaptation.
So it's way better than like Dragon Ball Evolution. It's way better than the Avatar movie.
It's not even. I mean, it's an actual movie, and it's like those movies were just like
it's not Old Boy though.
Abortions.
It's not the Korean film Old Boy.
Jesus Christ. So my intent had been to see this movie, but I ended up not being able to see it before now. Do you think, because I've never seen Ghost in the Shell, do you think that it's a movie that would appeal to somebody who hasn't seen like would it still ring as a very good movie in and of itself?
It's pretty much almost in some ways beat for beat the original Ghost in the Shell movie. So
yeah,
but it also like mixes in some stuff with like Standalone Complex and some and even Innocence a little bit. But yeah, if you've never seen Ghost in the Shell, you can totally go in and watch this.
Then it's just a good, like a solid movie in and of its own.
Let's not say solid now.
And
well, I mean, like
it's a passable movie.
It plays like a movie.
Right.
It's a movie in and of itself.
Yeah, you don't have to like know about Ghost in the Shell, the franchise, to enjoy this movie.
I think about movies like Divergence, like the adaptation of some book movies, like Divergence, where you see it having not seen the movie, and you're like, I don't know what's going on.
No, this won't be the case.
Two quick things I want to say, because you mentioned Old Boy.
Well, the Korean movie of Old Boy is one of the best movies I've ever seen.
The Hollywood adaptation was horrible, so that doesn't count.
No, it doesn't.
And then in the chat, I think BCom also mentioned Live, Die, Repeat, although he did also follow it up with what I was going to say, which is that Live, Die, Repeat, which was the Tom Cruise movie that was awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
That's not based on an anime. It's based off of a
light novel.
So,
and that movie, I think, was better than Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that movie was awesome.
Yeah.
I think we're all forgetting about the live-action Death Note on Netflix.
It hasn't come out yet. And is that going to be a movie or a show?
I think it's going to be a show.
Yeah.
But regardless, I'm sure it's going to be
amazing.
By it.
It probably, you know what? Netflix hits home run after home run, so I wouldn't be shocked if it actually is.
How awesome would it be?
Isn't his name, like, Light Turner?
I don't know.
It's not even Light Yagami, it's Light Turner. Like, I'm already, that was the moment I was like, I don't know, I'm not going to put any faith in this.
And they whitewashed him.
Speaking of whitewashing, Ghost in the Shell.
Yes.
Yes.
Obviously, now, they kind of, they make sense of it in a way, because there's a whole uproar about Scarlett Johansson playing, isn't it Makoto? Motoko. I always said Makoto.
And she did a good.
Motoko Kusanagi.
And she did a good job.
Well, I'm sure as a character, like as an actress, she did a good job. But I see why not cast a Japanese woman in that role?
They very well could have.
Oh, here comes this conversation again.
The thing that they use to defend it is that the body that the Major is in is not, it's a robot body, so it could be any, it could be anything. It could be,
her creator chose.
Yeah, she could have been put in like a dog body, and it wouldn't matter. It's the point is that, and they do touch on that she was an Asian girl before she became, a machine.
And I also want to say that this movie, and we talked about this afterwards, definitely solidifies the fact that Ghost in the Shell is about postmodernism.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, now here comes this thing.
I mean,
again.
it really does. I mean, the movie is such that she doesn't even have to be female she could
like
literally
I said, she could be a dog.
She could be a dog, and the movie would be unchanged.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
This whole movie is about what is being human and challenging our and this is what postmodernism is super complicated, but we were discussing it. The definition of it alone is mind-boggling.
We had a deep philosophical discussion on the drive home.
But my understanding of postmodernism is that part of it is challenging your preconceived notions about what is reality, about what is the world we live in. And Ghost in the Shell, the movie, really definitely hammers home the point of what is human.
A little too on the nose.
What does it mean to have a soul, and are we really alive, and challenging all of these different things.
Yeah.
So
that's the whole point of the movie.
And that's what postmodernism is. It's the same as The Matrix. Like in The Matrix, which was absolutely a postmodern movie based on, heavily influenced by Ghost in the Shell.
Yes.
Is about, the reality that you perceive from the world,
what it means to live, what it means to be and to exist, and what consciousness is and what reality is.
Yeah. So, but the casting for the movie is great.
Yeah, they had some awesome people in the roles. The one thing, I did like the guy who played Bato, but I would prefer if it was a Japanese actor. But they did also.
He was pretty good though.
Yeah, he looked spot on. Like
he was
Bato.
Actually really good.
Yeah,
as Bato.
But they did also like have a few Japanese actors in there as well. The guy who plays the head dude, I forget his name.
Oh shit, Takamaki or something.
Yeah, he was really good. So was
he was a badass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What was his line? Never sent a rabbit to kill a fox.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you're so badass.
He just kills all these dudes, and he's like,
you
little Zakus.
Yeah.
As what's his name? As tongue guy from Yo Mishi Pedal would say.
Oh, Mito Tsuji.
Mito Tsuji's like, you're a Zaku, like a small fry or whatever.
Yeah, and who I wish got a little more screen time was, and I'm so horrible with names, but the guy
Tosuga or whatever.
Is that the guy who like doesn't want to have any robotic parts?
Or Kosuga, I can't remember.
I loved him in like Standalone Complex, and so I wish they would have given him a little more time on screen, but it was cool to see him.
A couple of notes on the movie. It was a fairly expensive movie, $110 million, but I honestly wasn't impressed by the special effects in it. There were a couple times where the special effects really were janky. One being in the scene which is in the movie, in the original movie, I believe, where they're on the boat at night in the water.
Yeah, that's in the movie, in the original.
The green screening was horrific in that scene. I mean, it was really bad.
It was definitely off.
It was like high school level bad. And
you could tell they were on a stage.
It's $10 million budget. Why?
$110
million budget. Jesus Christ.
And
why not put that towards special effects?
Well, to be fair, the entire movie is basically... I don't think there's a single shot that doesn't have some sort of visual effect in it.
That's probably true.
So they spent the crap out of that money.
There's also a scene where, at the end, which is in the original movie, where she's fighting the touch coma, the spider.
The spider tank at the end of the movie. Yeah,
and it shoots down like a concrete pillar that makes this highway fall, and she's jumping up the pieces of debris as they fall. And it looks so fake.
I do want to say, because some people may get on us and be like, "Oh, dude, spoilers." These are not spoilers.
Oh, they're not spoilers.
It's the original movie. Like it's basically a remake of it, so there's nothing to spoil.
Yeah, really, it's not. I mean, they right down to the scene where she's fighting the guy in the water with her cloaking on. That's in the movie.
That was That was a cool scene. It was cooler in the anime,
dude,
because they cut out a lot.
Much cooler.
But it was still a cool fight scene.
They took that 15-minute scene from the anime and made it like 3 minutes.
Yeah,
I was a little pissed.
True.
They're like the whole talk about how he was using high velocity bullets in the regular gun, and he was like evaporating that wooden fence with the bullets because they're shooting so fast.
Right.
Like, none of that's in the movie. The marketplace scene totally cut. I was a little pissed.
Yeah, there's like a slight chase scene, but it's nothing.
I was pissed.
It was, like I said, it was okay.
It was good. It was all right. It's worth seeing.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know if I would pay to go see it in the theaters. Maybe a matinee like we did, where it was like $8 a ticket.
Yeah, maybe go see it on like or wait for Netflix or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, but not a bad movie. I think my biggest problems with it were, I mean, it was an hour and 40 minutes, which isn't that long. Like an hour and a half is a pretty,
it's a pretty
reasonable, but it felt so much longer. I felt like it dragged a lot at points.
Oh, I was gonna ask, yeah.
Like there was a lot of like just very slow, just dialogue and it just the pacing was off for me, and it was also like very repetitive. Like the scenes where like there's a fight, Major gets messed up, and then in the next scene she's in like a hospital bed getting repaired, and then there's another fight, she gets messed up, she's back in a hospital bed, another fight, messed up, back in a hospital. I'm like, okay, it's like the same loop over and over again.
The movie's okay. It's better than I thought. I'll say that. I think that the fact that it's not doing well isn't going to be super glorifying for future.
It's going to be tight for it to make its money back, because I think it's currently made about 70 some odd million.
It's going to be
worldwide. So
it's unlikely. I mean,
it might.
Don't movies make like 80% of their money the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
well, depending on the movie, like some have a worse drop off than others, but usually if you want to be considered a successful movie, you want to double your money at the box office.
What would you give this movie?
In like the first weekend, right?
No, I mean just overall. Like for instance, if it's a $110 million budget movie, you want to get to around $200 million in order to, make your money back and be considered successful enough for a sequel.
It's not getting there.
Yeah, that doesn't seem likely.
Yeah.
But by comparison, Dragon Ball Evolution was like a $5 million movie, and it made like $70 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's unfortunate.
It ain't gonna get there, but what would you give this movie out of 5?
So let's see. I'm kind of on the fence here between two scores, but I would probably give it. Critically, I would have to say like a 2.5. Like if I was being nice, I would give it a 3.
General enjoyment.
I'm not,
like if you had to rate it on general enjoyment though.
Yeah, I mean like
a 3.
Yeah, I would say because I'm a fan of Ghost in the Shell and stuff, and so it's just kind of cool to see.
That's not awful.
Yeah,
I would say it's about a 3 out of 5. I would say pretty much. I was pleasantly surprised by it, and I thought that all the actors in the movie did a good job.
Yeah, the actors were good. My major issues were just the pacing, some of the writing. They were way too on the nose with the whole ghost thing. They literally said that like 4 times in the movie. They're like, but you're Ghost. And I'm like, okay, you don't have to say you're Ghost. We understand. That's what the movie is called.
They literally say, but you're Ghost in the shell that is your body.
Almost exactly that.
Hui Yue in the chat wants to know if the Tachikoma looked good. I thought so.
Yeah.
I thought it looked good.
They did the whole thing at the very end where she rips her arms up trying to tear it open and stuff.
Yeah, it was note for note the same, basically.
Yeah.